Hi, and welcome at the Humans and AI show by the Global AI community. Just like every episode, we invite another AI expert, and today we're inviting Walter. Hi, Walter.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Glad to be on.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Great to be on.
Thanks. Well, first to get to know you a little bit better, we know you're working in AI, so I'm not going to ask you an AI question to get to know you.
Okay.
But if you wouldn't be working in the tech industry, what kind of job do you think you would be doing?
That's interesting. I'm a big sports fan, so I would like to probably be doing something in sports. And on the side, outside of my current day-to-day job, in the past I've done some sports analytics work. In college, I worked on our football team to help them with analytics. More recently, about 7, 8 years ago, I co-authored a paper on with Slate talking about end game strategy, which is more specifically extra points versus 2-point conversions. It was interesting because a lot of that technology, a lot of that strategy, I guess people are using now. I think it took many years for people to do it. It's not sophisticated AI or ML, but it's basically mathematics. And so I'm just glad that people are doing that. I've also consulted with professional college basketball teams, looking at end game strategy as well.
Okay, that's quite interesting. You play yourself?
I play recreationally. I play recreational leagues, basketball and tennis, but definitely not at a professional level. But I enjoy thinking about it. Even when I play myself, about if I'm telling people to the 3-pointer is much more a better value than a long 2-pointer, which is what everyone does in the NBA now. When I'm playing, I also think the same thing. If I don't want to take a jump shot that's from 15 feet out, right? Because it's not worth it value-wise.
Yeah, well, quite interesting to also think about those kind of things. So you bring out the analytics into the game.
Right. As I try to compensate for my lack of athletic skill. I try to use the analytics as much as possible.
You don't need to be strong, you need to be smart.
Exactly.
Well, that's interesting to get to know you a bit like that also, Walter. Now, you work at Microsoft. Can you tell us a little bit more what you and your team do here?
Sure. So I've been at Microsoft for about the last 18 years. I've worked on the codecs, which is audio and video encoders, decoders in Windows back in the early days. I worked in Bing for many years. In fact, the first version of the crawler, which is the spider that crawls the web, building the first set of freshness engines into Bing search, which is 15 plus years ago. But then over time, that evolved into a project called Bing Predicts. So I started this project which took Bing data in an anonymized and aggregated fashion to do predictive analytics. And a simple analogy of that is, you look at in the U.S. at least during the winter, if you look at people searching for school districts, that correlates very highly to potential snow closures. So you can imagine, ironically, that an innocuous set of searches about school districts can correlate to weather. And so being able to say, what do search patterns in aggregate do? And so we did that, and we shipped some features which predicted elections. We did very well with the 2014 U.S. midterms and 2016 presidential elections. And that work evolved itself into helping businesses. And so kind of it evolved into my current work now, which is doing big data, large language model algorithms for business applications in AI. And so now today my team is supporting the Dynamics family of products as well as the Power Platform, looking at applying large language models like GPT, different versions of GPT, as well as other AI to business users.
Okay. So you're already working on Bing, and I think with the latest announcement, it also probably excites you what is coming the next months, years.
Yes, exactly. I worked on Bing for many years, and there's a lot of great ML and AI built underneath. And I think that it's one of the top search engines in the world. Even though there's maybe others that most people use, I think being the second or third biggest consumed engine is is not to be lost. And the fact that there's quite a lot of technology underneath to make that happen. And so we actually have a lot of alumni from my team back then that are in my team now. And so we actually work on technology both, on top of that, we leverage calling Bing's API, and top of that, taking that technology and calling GPT. And so that we definitely make the most of it as well.
Okay. What really excites you in the field of AI?
I think the most interesting thing now is being able to build algorithms that helps an end user, which also sometimes helps humans, right? And so I think of, like, for instance, one of the things we're doing now is helping agents, like customer service agents, do a better job with AI. And so, for instance, if all of us call customer service on occasion, and we also have to deal with understand that they don't know everything, but as consumers, we wish they did. And so, if we can help customer service agents simplify their tasks, give them better context. And so, if you're let's say a cable operator and you have to know different things, cable companies now offer cable, wireless, they offer television, they offer like modem service. And so if someone calls in with anything, the agent needs to supposedly know everything. And so how do we build algorithms to help them? And so that's what we're doing with some of the agent assistance capabilities, which is like, you follow the transcript of a conversation and are like a whisperer to the agent saying, oh, this person actually is looking as a hardware problem and not a software problem, so don't have them diagnose issues related to rebooting the box. It's actually literally a connection issue. We should actually call a technician to go out there. So doing that is helpful because agents can only hear so much, right? And so if a bot could literally be the sum of all agents, and that person can be like a super manager that can help the agent do their job. And I think that the downstream benefit of this is that the agent solves problems more easily. He or she can also have tedious tasks simplified, both in terms of recommendations as well as maybe post-call summarization. But on top of that, the end user, you and I, when we're calling these lines and having to wait and hold for a long time, if a customer service agent can save some time and solve problems more quickly, he or she in turn can run through more customers, which means less wait times for us as individual consumers. So everybody wins, I think, in the long run.
Yeah, that's for sure. I'm agreeing with that. It's a lot of things are changing, and with conversational AI, it's that combined with voice, we're
Yes.
going up. Like where are we going to?
Exactly. Totally
Now,
agree.
you build a lot together with your team to combine AI in business applications.
Yes.
Where do you personally think AI will interact with your own personal life?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think the funny thing about like optimization or AI is that the pie in the sky is that AI will not be all-knowing. But I think that over time, just having it know a little bit, having it assist you. I think there are a lot of technologies. I think if you even use the Office suite of Microsoft, the autocomplete, when you start typing an email or if you're using Word, completing words, even though that's not considered AI by some people, or people don't realize, it's like, that's making your life easier, right? And so everything you do day to day, you have things that assist you. If you're on your mobile phone, it's hard to type things quickly, so you have recommended sentence completion or word completion. So one of my colleagues once, who's not a Mandarin speaker, told me he tried using the Mandarin autocomplete, and he would just pick some characters randomly. It would make sense, right? And so you can imagine that it's so helpful for someone trying to create sentences that they don't know the language, that for a person who actually knows English or knows their native language, having these autocomplete technologies help them complete tasks, whether it be writing emails, whether it be writing texts, or doing any kind of human communications. And I think that really is helpful. I think beyond that, I think the algorithms that we have out there that can help with scheduling, I think that's quite a difficult thing too. It's quite manual. We do some work in schedule optimization, and so
Imagine trying to get a date with a couple of friends.
that's right, exactly.
It's
right?
horrible.
Yeah, you think about like we don't realize how much technology has helped in the past in my college days, which is in the dark ages. You think about like if you want to get 5 people together, you make 5 phone calls, you leave them voice messages, they might call you back, and it takes maybe 3 or 4 hours. Now you send one email. Well, we did that 20 years ago. Now you send text messages today, group text, and in the future maybe you just have a bot that says, hey, no, everyone's available. This is the time you should meet, and then everyone gets notified, and there's no like back and forth with humans. It's just basically there's your phone or your calendar schedule knows your availability and your preferences and everyone else's, and it automatically schedules it. So those type of things are nice automations, even nice improvements to kind of efficiencies that we don't, I think, really realize are happening in our daily lives.
Indeed. Well, thank you very much, Walter, for this interesting conversation. I think it's a nice end note also, how we can plan better our meetings or to meet up with our friends. Thank you very much, and I wish you the best also in your job.
Thank you very much, Sammy. Good talking to you.